Ever wondered what it would be like to have complete control over your actions and reactions? Self-control, an essential human trait, is a powerful tool that can transform our lives. It's not about suppressing desires, but rather it's about managing them effectively. It's about understanding the difference between what we want now and what we want most. Imagine being on a battlefield, not with swords and shields, but with your desires and impulses. The opponent? None other than your own self. The victory? Achieving your long-term goals and aspirations. That's what self-control is about. Winning the internal battles that guide our actions and behaviors. Self-control is the foundation of success. It's the driving force behind our ability to focus, to resist temptations, and to follow through with our plans and goals. It's what allows us to delay gratification, to say no when necessary, and to stay committed to what truly matters in the grand scheme of things. Now let's dispel a common myth. Self-control is not about denying ourselves of pleasure or living a life of austerity. It's about balance. It's about being able to enjoy the pleasures of life while also ensuring that they don't derail us from our larger goals. It's about having the cake and eating it too, but maybe not all at once. Self-control is a skill that can be honed and improved upon. It's like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. And just like any other skill, it requires practice, patience, and perseverance. But why should we bother? What makes self-control so important? The answer is simple. Self-control can lead to better health, better relationships, better financial stability, and overall, a better life. It's the secret ingredient that can make the difference between a life lived by default and a life lived by design. So let's embark on this journey together. A journey to discover the power of self-control, to understand its nuances, and to learn how we can harness it to transform our lives. Imagine the possibilities if you could master the art of self-control. The concept of self-control is not new. It has been discussed and debated by philosophers and scholars throughout history. Let's dive into the ancient world, where self-control was not only a virtue, but a cornerstone of wisdom and character. In the heart of ancient Greece, the birthplace of democracy and philosophy, self-control was a much admired quality. The Greeks had a term for it, enkrateia, which translates to in power over oneself. It was a central concept in their philosophy and literature, seen as a crucial component of a well-lived life. The esteemed philosopher Plato, for instance, saw self-control as the chief element in virtue and the foundation of a just society. Moving westward to the grandeur of ancient Rome, self-control was equally revered. The Romans called it temperantia, emphasizing moderation and restraint. The Roman philosopher Seneca, known for his wisdom and stoicism, championed self-control as the ultimate form of freedom. He argued that the person who could master their desires was truly free, unshackled by the chains of impulse and whim. In both these cultures, self-control was seen as a shield against the chaos of the world. It was the rudder that guided the ship of life through the stormy seas of emotion and desire. It was the strength that enabled one to face adversity with courage and grace. It was the wisdom that allowed one to choose the path of virtue and honor, even when temptation beckoned. The ancients understood that self-control was not about repression or denial. Instead, it was about understanding one's desires, recognizing their power, and choosing to channel them in a positive and constructive way. It was about harnessing the energy of the self, rather than being at its mercy. This wisdom is as relevant today as it was in ancient times. In our fast-paced, instant gratification world, the ability to exercise self-control can be a powerful tool for success and fulfillment. Even in those times, self-control was seen as a virtue, a key to success and fulfillment. Let's remember this ancient wisdom and strive to incorporate it into our lives. For in mastering self-control, we master ourselves, and in doing so, we can truly master our destinies. Let's dive into the world of Greek mythology, where the hero Hercules teaches us a valuable lesson about self-control. In a realm where gods, demigods, and mortals intermingle, we find Hercules, the son of Zeus, embarking on one of his famed 12 labors, the quest for the golden apples of the Hesperides. These were no ordinary apples. They were divine golden fruits that promised immortality, a tantalizing temptation for any mortal. To reach these apples, Hercules had to face Ladon, a fearsome hundred-headed dragon guarding the golden treasure. But Hercules, with his incredible strength, could have easily slain the beast and taken the apples. Yet he chose a different path. Instead of giving in to the temptation of immediate gratification, Hercules demonstrated remarkable self-control. Hercules chose to negotiate with Atlas, the Titan burdened with holding up the heavens. He offered to hold up the sky in Atlas's stead if Atlas would retrieve the apples for him. This was a clever move, a strategic decision that showed not only his physical strength, but also his mental fortitude and self-control. Hercules resisted the allure of the golden apples, choosing instead to focus on completing his task. However, this wasn't his only display of self-control. When Atlas returned with the apples, he proposed a new plan, suggesting that he deliver the apples himself, leaving Hercules to hold up the sky indefinitely. Hercules, recognizing Atlas's trickery, agreed but asked Atlas to hold the sky for a moment while he adjusted his cloak for a better grip. Atlas, assuming Hercules was trapped, agreed. But Hercules, having outsmarted Atlas, took the apples and left, completing his task without succumbing to the temptation of eating the apples or resorting to violence. Hercules' ability to resist the temptation of the golden apples symbolizes the power of self-control. His story serves as a timeless reminder that self-control, the ability to resist immediate gratification in favor of long-term gains, is a virtue that can lead to success, no matter how Herculean the task may seem. So, what can we learn from Hercules and his golden apples? Well, a great deal, especially about the power of self-control. This ancient tale of Hercules is more than just a mythical story. It's a roadmap to mastering our self-control, a crucial skill that can help us resist temptations and stay focused on our goals. Hercules, despite his superhuman strength and courage, wasn't immune to temptation. He could have easily succumbed to the allure of the golden apples, but he didn't. Instead, he chose to stay focused on his mission, displaying an exceptional level of self-control. And that's our first lesson. Self-control is not about complete suppression of our desires. It's about making conscious choices, even when faced with the most tempting of options. Every day we are confronted with our own versions of the golden apples, distractions that can easily derail us from our path. But just like Hercules, we have the power to resist these temptations. The second lesson is about the importance of prioritizing our goals. Hercules didn't allow the allure of the golden apples to distract him from his main objective. He knew what was at stake and chose to stick to his path. This teaches us to keep our eyes on the prize, to stay committed to our goals, even when faced with enticing distractions. Finally, Hercules teaches us about the power of perseverance. Despite the numerous obstacles he encountered on his quest, he never gave up. He faced every challenge head-on, using his strength and wit. This is a testament to the fact that self-control is not a one-time act, but a continual process. In the face of adversity, it's our self-control that keeps us grounded, helping us to keep pushing forward no matter how tough the going gets. It's about understanding that the path to our goals will not always be easy or straightforward. There will be challenges and temptations along the way, but with self-control, we can navigate these hurdles and stay on course. Just like Hercules, we too can achieve our goals if we practice self-control. So let's harness the power of self-control, resist our golden apples, and stay focused on our mission. After all, we all have a little bit of Hercules in us. So, how can we master this art of self-control? Well, the first step is mindfulness. Being present in each moment allows you to recognize and manage impulses before they take control. By tuning into your thoughts and feelings, you can make conscious choices rather than being driven by unconscious patterns. Secondly, set clear and realistic goals. Having a concrete objective gives you a purpose, a direction to channel your energy. But remember, goals should be achievable and aligned with your values to keep motivation high. Creating a supportive environment is equally important. Surround